YouTube, there is no firearms in this video.
Tune number 1, video number 2, file number 17 on the recorder. This is for the 80s, 50 meter, no wind. Welcome back to the Low-Key AirgunArchery YouTube channel. In this episode, I will be shooting the Beeman Chief II 3000 PSI fill in synthetic stock, aka the Plus-S. A quick thank you to AirgunArcheryFun for this opportunity. If you want to get yourself one of those in Canada, make sure to check them out. Last time I came here, there was a lot of wind and I had just tuned this rifle down a little bit and cleaned the barrel. The thing is, the wind was pretty bad and I don't really know if the results were worse because of that, because that was the worst day I've shot in yet. So today I will be shooting the same pellets, 80s 15.89 grains from 50 meter. Of course, we still got the Discovery optic 4 to 16 by 40 millimeter side focus for focal plane on this thing. So yeah, we did about 2.5 inches in eye wind last time, and I don't even know if I want to edit this video yet, so let's see what happens today. And you guys already know, because if I did edit the other video, it is before this one. We are currently just a tiny bit under 2700, and by looking at the shot string that I got with this tune, which might not be the best, by the way, I'm a beginner at that. The most consistent shot string should be from around just under 2600 psi to just around 1900, I believe. So keep that in mind and let's shoot. No stabilization. Me bad. Now that I want to shoot, I guess it's getting worse. Oh, is that a bald eagle? Nah. Buzzard? I don't know. Alright, so the wind does seems to want to pick up a little bit. My friend Alnus will tell you that, I guess. But hopefully we get some good accuracy out of the 80s 15.89 grains for those who skip the intros and stuff. I like this style of target a lot because it helps you stay straight and not cause more human errors, I guess. I'm a bit shaky this morning, but not too bad. That was a bad shot, but not that bad. I wanted to adjust the scope a bit, but now I'm confused, so I won't. I don't know. Maybe the 80s are just not this rifle favorite ammo, and I'm wasting time, and the wind was not exactly the issue, but let's shoot number 5. Wow, I don't get it. I will shoot like 2 more just to get the pressure down a little bit and have more chance of success, but I don't really know if my tune is for it or if it doesn't really like the 80s, even though they did better than this out of the box with no barrel cleaning and nothing. But you know, it is shooting those a little bit slower now, which might affect things a bit too, but I had a few spirals, so I was hoping it would get better, but we are learning together, guys. Okay, so shot number 6 at this target. So I'm now over 2500, but a tiny air under 2600. I will not go take a look at that because I can see pretty well in this Discovery optic and it is not worth it. Now I will put 10 unselected pellets into this tin cover because we are using the single shot tray, and see what it can do. For the sake of it, I will be giving it 4 clicks left anyways. I don't know. That was left. That was right on. Maybe it is the kind of barrel that doesn't like to be cleaned. Maybe a low spot, or who knows. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. For 50 meter, if they keep grouping like those three, I can take that. That's good. So yeah, maybe the wind was for something after all, but it really seems to be shooting a lot better under 2600, like my buddy at Fancy Stuff Review what the fuck told me. That's very good. I want that. That one went with the other one, which might be the pellet fault, who knows. It really doesn't take much to affect a pellet of this weight and stuff from this range. Oops. I don't know. 80s are good pellets, but hollow points are kind of for 20 meter usually. I'd be curious to know what JSB says for those. I don't think they say it like H&N and stuff. That's good. So I think we got 3 flyers out of 10. Not great, but pretty good. Let's take a quick look at that with the Oh Shoot microphone. I hope you can hear that bird, and the Oh Shoot mic is so good that you sure can. That's still filming? Yeah. What the? That was weird. My camera just decided to zoom by itself. I don't know why. So, the first few shots over 2600 psi were not great. I wanted to adjust based on that, so I was taking the main group and gave it 4 clicks, which is about 1 inch. That was too much, but it started to group out there, which is, that's under 1 inch, that's probably 2 inch, and that's probably 2 inch and a half maybe, but that's a flyer, another flyer. So we got 7 in there in a tiny bit of wind. We did a whole lot better than the last day with a bunch of wind, so I will most likely just show you results quickly in this video and not edit this video. This was over 2600, a few practice shots. This was just under 2600. We are now right around 2200 psi. Let's shoot 5 at this target and hope that we can do a pretty good group, because it should be pretty consistent at this pressure. This is my first tune, so I don't know if it will work, but let's see. There is a few skirts in there that looks a bit weird. Let's try to pick 5 that looks a bit better. Nah, let's not do that. That's not fun. By the way, if you don't have any patience to look at this stuff, like this one was a flyer, that's for sure. You can always ask Andy Gray to check that for you and put some nice paint in the back, and you know, that's pretty cool. What are those? My line is not very straight compared to the other ones, but let's do that. I tilted the rifle a bit to the left on this one, but it's not looking good yet. I don't know. That's not great. That's still not too bad for 50 meter. I'm not sure I've seen that one. Is it right next to the line? I guess it is. This is still around 2100 psi, so let's shoot 5 more and see. Interesting. We are now shooting right, and I did not check my scope screws since I installed it. Maybe I should do that tonight and check the rifle screws too, because I also did not do that. I've checked everything when I got it, but I did not do anything since, except cleaning the barrel now and tuning it a bit. That was a weird noise. There's a bee on my microphone. That's not a bee, that's a wasp. I think you heard that. Let's try to wait for that shot a bit, maybe. That was a good idea, I think. Meanwhile, I will go take a look at the raspberries growing in this tree. Interesting. Pretty good. You want a raspberry? Okay, so I ate 3 or 4 raspberries. The wind seems to be better now. Let's do that. That might be me a little bit. It did that a bit, okay. You know, there can be a bit of shooter error in this thing. I'm still a beginner at long distance / 15 meter shooting. I only did this a few times and it's all on video, so what the f is that? Let's not talk about this one. Yeah, the wind is getting kind of bad. I believe that was 10. So let's go take a look at that. Fun fact, the O Shoot sticker while I'm putting my recorder on the tripod looks like I shoot, and that's pretty funny. So let's take a look at that. This is right around 2.5 inch. So that's about what I got in eye wind last time for all of the shots. That is also 2.5 inches, and that must be around 2. Maybe a bit less than 2 inch here, and just around 2 inch here, center to center. So I call that decent, especially if you remove the flyers. That's great, but with the 3 flyers, that's decent. I'd take that from 50 meter. That is a bit big, which leads me to think it doesn't really like those pellets, but maybe it does and I'm bad, but who knows. I will be testing the JSB Jumbos next. Those performed pretty good when it had a bit more power. I'm curious to see if it will improve the accuracy with the Jumbos, because it did not really do much for the 80s. I think it almost shot better than this before I cleaned and tuned it, but let's do the outro. Alright, so hopefully I'm in frame. What do I think of today's results? This was good. I can take that. There's a few flyers, but this is squirrel hunting worthy, I believe. Tell me in the comments. By the way, you cannot hunt squirrels in Canada for the most part. So I guess everything is bigger than a squirrel, so that should do the trick, even with the 3 flyers on anything that we can shoot at. This is a bit big. I will not shoot at an animal with a 2.5 inch group myself, but that's good for plinking, I guess. And that's also the same thing, so I don't know. Like I said, I will be using JSB Jumbos next and figure it out. If it doesn't work out after the Jumbos and maybe the Brimstone and maybe the Andy Gray tuned pellets, I don't know yet. But I will tune it down again and crony it again and make it work. I know this budget PCP is capable of better than that. Yeah, you too, Crow, huh? I'ma shoot you. She started swerving like that. That's pretty funny. Just did a weird side waiting and did it again. I wished I kind of filmed that. That was cool. Anyways, back to the video, I guess. This is decent, this is not great, this is not great. I will tune it again later. I don't know if the barrel cleaning did help. I don't know if I was the problem, but the wind sure did not help last time because I could not get much better than that. As always, thanks for watching. Another thank you to AirgunArcheryFun and Shoot for the microphone, and anybody who supports this in any ways, like Andy Gray sending me pellets. But I'm out. Well, I guess I just realized that I was holding that without recording, so take the outro as it is. That's pretty funny. I was packing up my stuff and I went there to just put my new wood ruler, you know, in there, and I found this. Whoever helping me to get rid of the wasp nest just laid them right on the ground right there. Thank you, whoever you are. Quick note for the 80s 50 meter to number 1 outro, I'm still right around 2000 psi, so should be consistent enough still. Okay, I'm out for real this time. I kinda see why the crow is pissed now. It is fighting with the eagle or whatever it is. Is this two of them, or is this the... yeah, that's the crow and the big one. So I guess that explains a lot. He just made the weird noise again. This is the crow, just by the sound of it. Maybe.